So I'm not a cruise expert by any stretch of the imagination. If you're looking for a cruise expert, there's better channels to look at. La Lita Loca, Dawn's Family Vacation, EECC Travel, Gary Bembridge, whatever he is. There's plenty of cruise experts out there for you to watch. But what today's video is about is what I've learned as a rookie cruiser. I've been on 3 cruises, all within the last 9 months. The main thing that I've learned is I like a bigger cruise ship. In the world of cruise ships, you got big ships, you got small ships. Small ships are tend to be a little bit older, and that's because back around 2000 to 2005, 10 maybe, cruise ships were still kind of like this transportation thing. They were to get you from port to port, do a little gambling, have a little drinking, have a little eating, and then somewhere around 2010, 2015, they started realizing that they have a captive audience on a cruise ship, and there's a lot of sea days. Why not make it entertaining on the cruise ship? So you started getting things like rock walls, roller coasters, go-kart tracks, things like that, climbing walls, flow riders, iFlies. All that stuff is now on a lot of the cruise ships, and some of it's amazing. This makes you feel like you're in a beam between 2 skyscrapers, and I fell off the beam, but I tried to grab for something. And if I would have just stepped off, I would have been fine, but I ended up hitting the wall over there. Just this last week, me and my wife took another cruise to Alaska on the Norwegian Sun. Great ship, older, I think it was made in 2001. Staff was amazing, food was great, shows were great. They just didn't have much after that. I mean, drinking, gambling, couple shows here or there. There's not a lot to do on that type of cruise ship. The smaller ones, they just don't have a lot. And that's kind of a bummer. Sure, they got a spa, and they got a gym, they got basketball courts, things like that, but they don't have anything for someone like myself who likes a little more excitement and likes to be mentally stimulated the whole time. Sure, if you want to say mentally stimulated is go see someone talk about Alaska like one of their experts, that's great. I just don't like the smaller ships because they don't have a lot of the cool stuff. When we went on the Encore, which was our first cruise, it was amazing. They had go-kart tracks. They had a virtual reality whole area. It wasn't just like this little tiny room. It was huge. Had all kinds of things. That was a lot of fun. They had other things on there too that kept us interested the whole time. The Encore was amazing. The staff on both the ships, you can't beat them. Norwegian Cruise Line, in my opinion, has some of the best employees, crew members, whatever you want to call them. We also went on the Ovation of the Seas by Royal Caribbean. They had 2 girls that were running the robot bar that me and my wife absolutely loved. After that, there was a little bit of a dip, I would say, in the quality of the employees. I didn't really have that much interaction with them that was positive. Well, no, I shouldn't say not positive. It just wasn't as open and as friendly as I got on the Norwegian Cruise Line cruises, both of them. So as I'm speaking, I'm showing you little clips from all of the cruises. The rooms were amazing on both of the bigger ones. We decided to go big, and we got this 2-bedroom suite with a bathroom that, a shower that has a glass wall out to the ocean. That was amazing on the Encore. And then we did this bidding up thing when we went on the Ovation of the Sea, and we got this 2-floor room, which was awesome. Comes with a genie, which is like a butler. On the Encore, that came with a butler too, which is great. You want a piece of chocolate cake at 1 a.m, you just get on the phone and a dude brings you chocolate cake. Brings you drinks if you want. One thing I did like about the Ovation of the Sea, they had a cart that goes to all the suites. They knock on your door around 4 or 5 o'clock, happy hour type thing, and they make you a drink right there. It's cool. It's really nice, really entertaining, and it was kind of a nice touch. But like I said, I would prefer the bigger ships. We were just bored. We only took a 5-day cruise on the Sun. It went to Ketchikan, which was nice. It went to Victoria, Canada, which was also nice. But there wasn't a lot to do in between the ports. We slept a lot. And it was also an Alaskan cruise, so it's not like we were down at the pool. That's one thing I should mention, that we've been to Alaskan cruises only so far. There's not a lot of pool time. There were some people in the jacuzzis or the spas or whatever, and it's Alaska. It's raining most of the time, so we didn't get in the pool. And that would add a little more to it, I'm sure. Before you book your cruise, make sure it's got the things you're looking for. That's my best piece of advice. All the websites, They list everything that's on board. You can go to Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Princess, Norwegian, whatever you want in a cruise, you could find out if it's on the cruise ship you're going on. And they're all different. None of them are cookie cutters. They are all different. Usually they come out in pairs or threes or something like that. Give you an example, like Norwegian has the Bliss, Encore, and Joy. They're really similar. Pretty much the same layout. They have a lot of the same stuff. Then you look at the Breakaway, the Getaway, things like that. On Norwegian, they're a little bit different. Come out in threes. That's with all the cruise lines. But all in all, on all three of my cruises, it's been a very positive experience, and we have 2 others planned already, possibly 3. So we're definitely going back. The small ship wasn't enough to deter us from ever going on a cruise again. We just now know that that's not our type of cruise. I haven't been on one yet, but my understanding is river cruises are absolutely boring. So if this small cruise on Norwegian Sun was too boring, that is like uber boring. And without, I'm a little bit older myself. I'm, over 50. My understanding is the river cruises are really nice for the 65 and older crowd, and that's who usually goes on them. So if you're thinking about a river cruise, you might want to look into it before you do it. I've done a little research because we get the Willamette River right here, and I know they got river cruises. I just don't think I'm going to take one from what I've learned. All right, that's today's video. It's just about cruises. I will see you again tomorrow.